welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jackie, and today I am doing the $10 cosplay challenge. The rules are $10 have to be spent at the dollar store, and then I have 2.5 hours to make the costume, which is about the average time a cosplayer has the night before their next convention. The topic today, chosen by my lovely brother, is superheroes, which I chose Wonder Woman because she is bae. I'm super excited to do this costume, and without any more procrastination, let's begin. Before I start, I want to show you what I got. First, I picked up some computer cases with some Velcro. I thought that would be really useful. And I wanted to experiment with some shoe polish. And I got some garland for the lasso of truth. I was lucky and I crossed this sewing kit. I have a feeling it's going to come really handy. And then Fix-All glue, a dish towel with a lot of white on it. I picked up 2 ninja vests that I'm thinking I can use for the top, and 1 balloon. So first we're going to start off with the top of the costume, and I'm going to cut each of the shoulders so I can get both of the vests to lay flat. And then from there I'm going to cut off the extra bits that are kind of laying off, and then some of the detailing so I can just work with the straight red. And when it's done, it's going to look something like this, laid out. And then I'm going to take my measuring tape, and I learned that the measuring tape in there did not go all the way around, so I took the balloon string and measured all the way around, and then knocked in the string where my measurements were. And from there, I'm going to measure my waist and my bust. So I'm going to take the vest again and measure out how much I will need. I will cut off the sides so I don't have to work around the extra designs and trim it up a little. And then after that, one more quick measure. Then I am going to cut off the shoulder of each side before I fold it in half and sew the bottom of the vest together. With that, I made the front. Earlier I realized I will need more length in the back, so I'll take the design edge and attach it to the side. After I will trim it up a little until it starts to look like her top. Next I'm going to work on the W. Going to take the dishcloth and spread it out on its back. To measure it, I will take a cereal bowl for how big the arch is. A few dots for the peaks in the W before tracing around the bowl. Using a scrap piece, I'll make sure the 2 arches are even before tracing. Going to add the little peaks in the top and the bottom, and then afterwards I will freehand the curve. I liked how that looked, so I'm going to fold it in half and then cut it out for a good looking emblem. Then just to make sure I'm happy with it, I'll center it on top to get the full look. To get the gold effect, I took a balloon and completely deflated it. I cut it into 2 pieces before laying the symbol inside. Went to glue it to make sure it stays on, and then let it dry. Now for the most dreaded part, the booty holder. I'm going to start by hacking into the computer cases and then trimming them up so I do not have to work with those odd angles and that black trimming. Then the swimsuit that popped in is going to be my pattern. Here you can see me testing the stretch of the material before I put it down to trace out the front holes. Disclaimer, I do not recommend this way of tracing it. I'm going to cut out the front, and I'll slide my second piece under the suit so I can trace the back and cut it out. I'm going to put the 2 booty pieces together, then pin them so I can try it on to prevent butt hanging out. Then I'm going to sew the bottom because the crotch was wonderful, but the side needed more width, so I traced and cut out a side piece and then copied it completely wrong. No problem, I'm resourceful, so I'll take the 2 side pieces and try to figure out how much I need to correct the mistake, which I'll just cover up with the lasso. I got scrapped and sewed it on. While I was at it, I went ahead and finalized the piece onto the main bottom pieces, and did the same with the better side part. Going to give it a little trim so it looks more put together.
gonna put the bottom aside and get back to the emblem. Now that it's dry, I can start to cut this bad boy, or in this case, bad girl, out. After it's all snipped up, I'm going to Sharpie in some low budget detailing to make it seem fancier than it is. And then afterwards, I'll paste it on top and then let it dry. I'm gonna take a few minutes I have to have some fun and experiment with the shoe polish. I'm testing about how it looks, how well it stays on, and how much I can wipe off, etc. I was gonna use it for some battle detailing, but it was a bust. That's alright though, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. The other half of the balloon has returned to do the belt. Snip out the barcode. Then I'm going to measure my waist with the garland because my balloon string up and left me. With some of the red vest, I'm shaping and attaching it to the silver interior. My camera died at this part, but I just ended up adhering everything together. Going to add the little stars for the bottoms now. I'm just going to freehand it because I'm not concerned about them being uneven. The wonkiness gives them character. Then I'm going to make 3 of them and slap them onto the bottoms. Next, I'm going to take the Velcro from the cases. I'm going to trim them up and sew them onto the back. That way I can get it on and off, no problem. Moving on to the last thing, hallelujah. Gonna make the headband with the dishcloths, folding it, then tracing on the design. Time to shine it up, so I glue it onto the gold balloon. While that dries, I'm going to attempt on making a star, but dislike all of them. Just going to move back to the headband then and trim it up before I find the perfect star for me. Place that jewel on, glue the balloon string that I found to each side, and I am done.
Thank you for watching. Please, if you liked this video, or you think I should do something else, put it in the comments below. Have a good day.